Hello good people of YouTube, Mount Ben here, and what you're watching now is the B-roll that I had originally recorded for the Montana and for the best tier 10 battleship video. And now when I go out to record for any type of list video, I'm not looking to do amazingly well. I'm just looking to record some background footage, because that's all it's going to be in the video, just some background footage as I talk over it. So what happened in this game was pretty awesome. Now I'll be upfront with you guys, I didn't do a ton of damage. I mean, I did fairly well. What I consider to be well in terms of damage, like doing good in terms of damage, is your ship's health and then some. That's good. That's a good amount of damage. An amazing amount of damage is something like double your ship's health, and then anything over 200,000 damage, that's pretty awesome. So that being said, I spawned here in the Montana. This is, of course, I did edit this out of the list video. The part that was in the list video was like the 5 or so minutes after I go into the C cap here. I believe it's the C cap. Again, I watched this all back in shotcut. It's not the C cap. It is the D cap. I watched this all back in shotcut. Shotcut runs like 480p, 30 frames a second, so I can't really see too many details. I'm just going off of memory of what happened. So I'm rolling up here into the decap, and like I've said, Montana's strengths, she got 12 guns, but they're 16-inch, but they're really freaking accurate. She has God tier AA, the best AA out of all the tier 10s. The Conqueror can give her a bit of a rung, but usually the Montana does edge her out in terms of AA. Now, I am of course moving up here into the decap. There's got a couple of ships heading over this way, and now you've probably guessed by the title of this video what is in this video, and if any of you watch Jingles, you know his saying: you give a battleship your broadside, you're gonna get paddled. Well, a certain destroyer up here decides to give me in a Montana with really accurate 16-inch guns his broadside, and oh, hi there. Take a quick aim and fire, and whoa boy, goodbye. Within what, the first 3 minutes of the game, already deleted a tier 10 destroyer. And I type in chat, that's a Paddlin, and I just did that out on a whim, just make a good joke. It's a good way to start a game. Get devastating strike and first blood. Someone over there launches some torpedoes. I start putting my nose toward them. And again, at this point in my mind, I'm like, oh, that's good. Just have that deletion in the video, and then whatever the next 5 minutes is. So in my mind, I've already recorded good enough footage for the video that I was recording this for. But it just gets better from here on out. Ooh, and dodge around that easily. Got another battleship there in front of me, and I believe it's curve first. It is a curve first. And we already have the decap, so I feel safe enough to go ahead and sail on in there. Especially with, I have a curve first with me, so any that pops up close range, no problem. Now the Montana, in my opinion, if you've watched the best tier 10 battleships video, it's not the it's second to last in the tier 10 battleships video. Not because it's bad or anything, just because all the other battleships, in my opinion, are better. But that's not saying Montana's a bad ship. It's not. It's one of my favorite battleships in the game. It's the first tier 10 I ever grounded up to. Oh look, a broadside North Carolina. You won't take a guess at what happens? Yep. That's a Paddlin part 2. But yeah, the Montana's not, as you've just seen, it is not a bad battleship by any stretch of the imagination. It's really quite good. The 16-inch guns on it, you get 12 of them, they're pretty dang accurate. They give a Yamato a run for her money in terms of accuracy. The only thing about it is there's no real gimmick, I would say, about it. Because, did readjust my microphone. Ooh, that curve first just ate so many torpedoes. He's lucky to be alive. But it's just that so many of these new battleship lines they're releasing, the German line, the French line, the British line, they have a gimmick to them. The British really good HE underwater citadels. The Germans, they're pretty much impossible to citadel. Got that turtleback armor, really bad dispersion and main battery guns, but they have really good secondaries. French line, they're super fast, lightly armored, and they get the speed boost. What does the Montana have in terms of gimmick? Well, it's got really good AA. Yeah, but the Conqueror has that. It's got really accurate guns. The Yamato has that. And that is, of course, because the Montana and the Yamato are the two oldest battleships in the game. Now, the Yamato is, of course, the Yamato and can overpin whoever he chooses. Can overpin the bow armor of whoever he chooses. So, I guess you could say the Montana is a little gimmicky, but if... Oh, look, an Alsace. A broadside Alsace. Anyone want to guess what happens here? Actually, not on that salvo. So it is a little gimmicky, but like if they keep going this route of just gimmick after gimmick after gimmick, my fear is that the Montana will be kind of power crept into oblivion if they don't do some work on her. Now, the legendary module that you can get for her is there goes the curve first, and goodbye, Alsace. And that's a Paddlin Part 3. And that fear that the Montana will be power crept into oblivion, I'm hoping it's just me being paranoid. But bottom line, it's a really good ship. Despite how much I may say that it's being power crept into oblivion, but as of now, it's a really good ship, and I don't think it'll really be, obsolete for another couple years until they really get some more battleship lines in the game. But anyway, back to the game. It's enough of me talking about the Montana. So I've just deleted 3 ships so far. Well, 2 were deletions. That I'll say I just kind of finished them off. I'm not going to lie about that. And now I've managed to sail into a part of the map where there's not many other ships. I'm still detected though. And there's a cruiser. He's angling a little bit. He's angling a lot of it now. He's running away. I kind of line up the shot. Kind of predict where he's going to be. That's what I try to do. And don't delete him, but I do take a good chunk of his health off. So I'm sitting at about 72,000 damage right now. And he's decided to give me his broadside. And what is that, ladies and gentlemen? Say it with me. That's a Paddlin. Doesn't sound as good when Jingles doesn't say it. Just some old... There he goes. And again, I did just kind of finish him off. Didn't really delete him. Yeah, it doesn't sound as good as, some old British guy saying it. Yep, there in chat. That's a Paddlin Part 4. So I'm sitting at 4 kills. 2 were deletions. 2 were kind of just finishing them off. And how I see kill stealing in this game, I don't really see kill stealing as a thing in the game. I mean, because yeah, you do get XP for getting the kills, but damage is where it really counts in terms of XP, in terms of contributing to the game. You want to be doing damage. I don't really get mad if someone, if I'm pounding on a Yamato the entire game and someone else should just finish him off, I don't care, because I already got all the damage from him and I got the XP for the damage from him. And plus, if you get them out the game quicker, what's the big deal? You're just taking his guns out the game quicker. Because I've literally seen it come down to mere seconds between either a cruiser getting a line of torpedoes off or getting that last salvo in on your buddy, or it can come down to the second in terms of saving a teammate or saving a cap. So just getting them out of the game faster, what's the problem with that? It's really, and I really only think it's maybe stat patters that complain about it because they want to have more stats, have more kills in their stats or whatever. But damage is really what it matters. And there's even some cases where damage doesn't matter. Say you go in cap, or you just hold a line, you just tank for your team, but you don't get a lot of damage done. That's happened to me before, especially playing the German battleships. You will be tanking for your team for just freaking half the match, and you know you won't really be able to get a lot of shots in because you have to stay angled and stuff. Your turrets will be getting knocked out. You'll lose a turret. You'll at the end of the game you won't have done a lot of damage, but you will have tanked for your team for over half the game. And I feel that the game isn't as rewarding as it should be in that category, but that's another discussion for another video. So anyway, at this point, it's pretty obvious my team's doing pretty well. Oh, there goes a ship. Spoke too soon. So me and the ships that were at D are now heading to, I believe it's the A cap right there. The team on the western flank hasn't had a good of a run as us on the eastern flank has had, and they're falling pretty quickly now. So we're trying, I believe it's me and 2 cruisers are trying to get over there as fast as we can and get the enemy team encircled. Now that is a Conqueror over there. You all know how I feel about the Conqueror. And he's, ironically, getting HE spam, but anytime you're fighting a Conqueror, you really want to just be chunking AP at him, because his heal can fully recover, oh look, Azal, can fully recover HE damage in like friggin' 20 seconds, so you gotta be slinging AP at him because AP damage isn't fully recoverable by the heal. Oh look, a broadside Conqueror. Yes, I know what I say about being broadside, but unfortunately because of the Conqueror's broadside layout, it doesn't go so well. Conqueror's broadside layout, Conqueror's armor layout, it's got that really trolly British armor in the submerged citadel. I get a couple of good pins on him, but nothing major. Oh, some deep water torpedoes. There's a Pan-Asian somewhere. Take another parting blast at Conqueror as he goes behind that island right there. I get an overpin on him, nothing special. So now we have 3 of the 4 cap points, and we have 5 ships to their 3. So it's still pretty close. I mean, they still have a Conqueror alive and a Zhao, who for some reason decided to not stick with his team, and they have a Pan-Asian sitting around somewhere. This is more than likely why my team. Ooh, so close. Why my team won. They did not stick with their team at all. Especially when you get down to like your last 5 or 4 ships, wherever you're at on the map, you want to try and link up with them as fast as you can, because obviously if you're together, there's multiple targets for the enemy team to shoot at. You can focus fire, and this Zal just didn't do that. He just ran off by himself. So am I gonna get him here? Come on, Orange Jesus. Nope, no overpin. And this is the plight of many battleships. You'll be aiming, you'll get everything lined up just perfectly, you'll predict how they'll turn, but RNG will just say no. So if you're going to play a lot of battleships, if you've played a lot, there he goes, Citadel from the rear, and that's Kraken Unleashed. Yep, so that's a Paddlin Part 5, even though it wasn't really that much of a Paddlin. Just want to say that in chat. So here we go, the Conqueror. The bane of my existence in World of Warships, in one of the ships that I get HE span in the Conqueror the most. Boy, is it the moment of reckoning for him. I have him all to myself. Well, not to myself. He's by himself, and I'm in Montana, and I got most of my health. Oh, there we go. There's the HE. I got most of my health. He doesn't have most of his health. I think he pops his wall heal here in a second, but at this point, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to do my best to take him out of the match as fast as possible. I'm waiting for him to open up here a bit more, but he doesn't. Take a shot at his upper armor. Bounces, I get a couple of pins. And then I aim for his superstructure. He turns, and so, obviously, since he turned, the shells just bounced. But, nah, he's about to go down. Yep, there he goes. And this is the first time I've had to heal in this game. This is just one of those games where you just... It wasn't a raffle stomp by any means of by any stretch of the imagination. It was pretty close there for a good while. Like, they sunk most of our team. It's just down to the Pan-Asian. But as you saw, their team was just so spread out there at the end. You know, we were able to just pick them off one at a time. Take some Hail Mary shots at the Pan-Asian there, but of course, since we have all the cap points, we win by points. And so that brings my grand total of damage up to... Go away, little shark thing. 96,000 damage. So again, not a ton of damage, but you know, still Montana's health and then some. So still a very good game for me in Montana, and just a lot of paddlings in that one. Like I said, you know, nothing really amazing, but just a really good game that I was having on a weekend, surprisingly too. That's when all this footage was recorded. So if you like the video, drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, where I'll push to 300 subscribers. Oh, and this video should be coming out on Monday. So this is the first video of released when I have my internship. Now, I'm going to try and keep up with the 6 videos a week for as long as I can, but when it gets to the point to where I can't, you're going to be seeing videos on Monday, Wednesday, and then Friday. If I can keep to that schedule. Just, you know, the workload for this internship is like quadruple the workload that I had for last semester. So like I said, videos are going to be slowing down, but for the first couple of weeks I shouldn't be too busy with it, so I'm going to try and keep up with the videos for as long as I can. And the amount of support that I've just been getting from you guys about that is amazing. And all you new subscribers too, like I was at 220 subscribers Friday. I'm recording this on Sunday and I'm almost at 250. That's crazy for a channel of my size. You guys are awesome. So whatever you guys are doing, sharing the video, telling your friends about the channel, keep it up. This is amazing. And again, thank you all so very much. And I hope to catch all of you guys in the next one.